We made USAA insurance to help you save. Take advantage of discounts when you cover your home and your ride. Discover how we're helping members save at USAA.com/bundle. USAA. Restrictions apply.
To those who visit Mickey D's for their favorite breakfast item and then go somewhere else for coffee, give this Mickey D's brew a second chance. The glow up was real.
Try any size iced coffee brewed with 100% Arabica beans for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. And pair it with a savory sausage McMuffin with egg for $2.79. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
MU330 is one of the greatest 90s ska bands, period. Not only does the band rule, but the individual members are amazing people. At the top of that list is their double trombone horn section, Rob Bell and Gerry Lundquist. Today we go where no podcast has ever gone, and we chat with Gerry and Rob and follow them wherever the conversation takes us. And it takes us into some strange places.
MU330 is a band that I toured with personally, like more than almost anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And hanging out with Gerry and Rob was one of the best things ever.
Yeah, I mean, every single member of that band is a genius human being, but
yes,
it's hard to top the geniusness of Gerry and Rob.
Yeah, and so getting to relive that vicariously through this podcast, getting to talk to these two old friends, it felt really special. We should also bring up that MU330 is having their Christmas album reissued by Asian Man Records on vinyl.
Nice.
And they're playing a one-off show to celebrate this December 23rd in St. Louis. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that show coming soon.
And then you too can hang out with Gerry and Rob.
In real life.
We are here. We are here with Gerry and Rob.
What up? Hello.
How's everyone doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm excited. I'm ready to do this.
Yes. So you guys, wait. So you guys, how close do you guys live to each other?
Gerry lives in Lee Bay, Missouri, which is about like 5 miles south of here.
Uh-huh.
And I live kind of, a few miles away from Gerry. Gerry, where do you live? Gerry, where do you live? Why don't you answer the question?
Lee May.
You live, where's Lee May? Where's Lee May at, Gerry?
South St. Louis. South County.
Wait, Rob, where'd you walk to then? You walked home. Where are you at now?
Oh, I'm at Earthbound. Actually, we're in a bar right now because my house is kind of messy and there's lots of stuff everywhere that can get knocked over.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Let's jump in with some MU330 stories. I want to hear about the time MU330 was on tour in Iowa City, and you guys both got tattoos at like 3 a.m.
Okay.
I was there for this.
You were there, Adam.
So I forgot we played Gunners, okay, and I don't know. I think it's at a time where I just wanted to get a tattoo, so I forget the guy's name. What's that guy's name?
Stingray.
What is it? Stingray. You remembered. All right. So I just walked in and he just threw a tattoo on me. I had no idea what I was doing. No idea. Just tattoo me up because it's in now and I want to look tough.
It was Stingray tattoo.
I want a shrunken head right on my arm. Just do it. I'm wasted. Just tattoo me.
I got barbed wire. I got barbed wire on my right arm. 7 barbs for the 7 years I spent in Leavenworth.
The best part about Gerry's tattoo is Gerry's so big and his arm's so big and the tattoo's so little.
Yeah, for real.
Cost me a fortune going around a 24-inch bicep.
Tattoo artist was sweating.
I know. You know, that was in at that time too. Barbed wire around your bicep.
Yeah.
Pretty hot, Gerry.
Yes.
So this was the green room in Iowa City. What do you guys remember about the load-in for that show?
Okay, was this at Gunner's?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's called the green room, but Gunner was the guy that booked it.
Gunner.
Okay, so okay. All right. I don't remember the green room exactly.
Sure.
I don't remember a lot of things about that.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't remember. Can you give me a couple of hints?
So it was stairs that went straight up from the alley in the back up to the stage. And there were these metal like fire escape stairs that had been like banged in the middle. So they were all slanted inward. Like somebody had just dragged like an 810 cab down that thing. And so it was all the stairs were like a diagonal in the middle. And then it would just be icy. And so going up these stairs was treacherous. There's a picture of Ted on those stairs.
Oh God, I don't remember that.
It was awful.
I remember Gunners.
What do you guys remember about? Tell me about Gunner. What do you remember about Gunner?
Gunners like to get high.
Do you remember what Gunner would say when he wanted to smoke weed? You go, hey, you guys want to smoke some Scooby Snacks?
Exactly. Yep.
No, that was a guy from Colorado.
No, that was Gunner.
That was Gunner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think about Gunner all the time. I hope he's doing all right.
Gunner like got butterfly pork chops, which who can't like them? It's like that was his thing for the band. Butterfly pork chops.
What's a butterfly pork chop?
I guess you cut a pork chop in half and put it on the grill,
Yeah, you cut it the lengthwise, so like
so it looks like a butterfly or something.
Okay.
I don't remember any of that.
You don't remember butterfly pork chops?
I don't remember a lot of things about Gunner, Gerry.
Were you the only two that got tattoos then?
Adam Pereira got a tattoo also.
What did he get?
Oh yeah,
He got some dumb shit on his shin, I think.
on his shin.
Yeah.
Shin. Okay, I remember that. Yep.
like an American old traditional style eagle or something. I can't remember exactly what, but something that was like dark and heavy.
Okay, all right, that's cool. I don't remember anything about that. I do remember Stingray. I don't remember a lot of things from Iowa City because every time we pulled up, Gunner would have a tray full of Jägermeister and and just like tons of weed.
Yeah.
So how am I supposed to remember all this stuff?
Yeah. Gunner would start out the night and his voice was like, hey guys, how's it going? Like totally normal. And then by the end of the night, he would be so unhinged that he would be talking like this the whole time.
He turned into a different person. Yeah.
This crime, this money is all over the place. Like this wad of wrinkled up like cash all over the place. We're not talking ones, we're talking like 20s. Like, dude, what are you doing? But I didn't care. I didn't even care.
I remember we stayed at his house and we
That's
were
right.
leaving in the morning. And we're like, okay, piling everybody in the van. And
Wake and bake.
one of us is like, oh, we should go in and say goodbye, say thank you to Gunner. And they walk in to his bedroom, open the door, and he's just laying butt naked, face up, passed out on a bare mattress. And he's like, okay, bye.
I know.
Bye, Gunner.
Yep. See you next time. Like, you know what? Actually, I used to dread going to Iowa City just because of Gunner.
Because you knew you were gonna get heavy, huh?
Yeah, I just knew. I just knew that I was just gonna get heavy, and like, I was like, oh my God, how do I get out of this? So funny story, right? So I got sober, right, and we went back to Iowa City, and I was dreading that, and I had to tell Gunner that I quit drinking, and he was like sad.
Oh,
He was sad, dude. He didn't understand. I was like, dude, I gotta quit drinking, man. It's like affecting everything, man. I gotta stop. And he just didn't know what to do. I mean, he had nowhere to go. Like he couldn't talk to Ted. He couldn't talk to Dan.
mm-hmm.
He couldn't talk to Chris.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one person that he could count on. Gerry Lundquist. Yep. Yep. Gerry Lundquist. So I guess Gerry kind of took over.
Gerry, do you remember when we all went to Paris together?
Ooh. Oh yeah.
You went to the top of the Eiffel Tower all by yourself.
Yep.
What'd you do up there?
It was scary. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're going to that level, that first level," and I said, "Yeah, I'm at the Eiffel Tower. I'm going to go all the way to the top." I contemplated at the top of the Eiffel Tower, looking at the Louvre.
Yeah.
Looking at the Seine.
I remember you told me you got yourself a Guinness up there.
It was funny because I went out and I had everybody else were going to meet at Notre Dame,
Mm-hmm.
and so I went and got like an Italian dinner in France, and they had the hookahs after the dinner. It was like I don't know what was in the hookahs, but that was the thing at this restaurant. And then I went to Notre Dame and met everybody. That was a trip.
That was a fun day.
Was that the boat one, Aaron?
I think there might have been a boat at some point. I just remember walking around Paris with everybody from MU330 and everybody from the Chinkies and everybody from Link 80 and just feeling like, wow, we're in this like super romantic place with like the least romantic group of people. Just
Yep.
And no, the gig was on that boat in the river.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That place is still running.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's that place called? Do you know?
That was one of the weirdest. Oh my god! Holy crap! That was amazing.
Show on a riverboat. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a Seine riverboat that was docked, and they just had shows there, and it was tight. I remember it being really, really close.
See, you know what's funny? I'm trying to remember how many times did Link 80 and MU330 go to Europe?
Woo!
I mean, definitely the Mrs. Ska tour. We might have met up another time.
What about Barney?
What about Barney? Tell everybody about Barney.
Do you like the little boy? What's his name? The drummer guy.
You like Joey?
Joey. Yeah, Joey. No, it was funny.
Barney's come up a couple times because he's driven a bunch of ska bands. What do y'all remember about Barney?
I tried to like be his friend. I tried. I wanted to because I just like. I actually that was at a time too where I quit drinking. I was oh my god that was rough. That was a rough tour for me, you know.
Yeah.
But I made it through. But yeah, I don't know. Barney, he's just I don't know. I wanted to talk to him. Like you just dude, you need to like loosen up, man. Everybody hates you.
Rob, there's a moment from that tour that I think about almost probably weekly. We got up first thing in the morning, and I think I sat between you and Gerry in the back of that bus.
Oh,
and you just looked at me. You ever wake up in the morning, don't want to do shit? And I think that like probably every other morning that I wake up.
Yes. I think about that every day. Every day. That was for real. That was
absolutely.
Yeah. But the thing was, like I wouldn't mind getting up every day and doing shit, like let's switch places. So I kind of miss that. I kind of miss it. Those were fun times.
Hell yeah.
Really. We had like 3 bands in one bus.
Yeah. We had more butts than we had seats.
And nobody was small.
Yeah,
that was big. The thing. Big dudes in a sprint. Oh man, this and you got and like you just Oakland, California took over the bus.
Yeah.
Oakland, California took over the bus, and Barney hated it.
What do you remember doing on those bus rides?
Trying to sleep. I just like, oh my god, like people. I just remember Joey Bustos just sleeping in the aisle.
Yeah,
Joey.
And I think everybody had like a seat, designated seat. Oh my god.
I got bounced around a fair amount. I remember being in the very back. Me, Gerry, And who's playing drums for Chinkies? Rob Kellenberger.
Who's got the weed hookup?
Yep, Robbie.
The weed hookup. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember giving each other frogs in the van?
Oh yeah. I kind of. I mean, what era? What? I don't remember I guess I remember frogs.
Yeah. What do you remember? Tell people who don't know. Tell them what a frog is.
It's a muscle contusion.
How do you get it?
You get it by taking the knuckle, usually the second finger of, like let's say second finger of the right hand, right?
Yeah.
And you take that knuckle right there and you just tap.
Yeah.
That tap the bicep really hard.
Yeah.
And then you'll get a surprise.
the muscle bulges out.
Yes. There's some. Oh my God!
And then if you whack it hard enough, you leave a bruise.
Sometimes. I tried to get myself frogs the other day, and I can't get them anymore.
You're all frogged out.
I'm all frogged out.
I think as you age, the frog is less prominent.
Yeah.
We
have a whole video of everybody on that tour getting frogs.
Oh, really? You got to send it. You got to send that.
I got to find that. It's the best.
I never got a frog.
I don't think you got a frog, but I'm pretty sure Mia got a frog.
Mia? Was Mia on the bus too? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
We had Mia, Greg, Steve Choi, Mike Park. Although Mike would take the train because he was just like,
he was going crazy.
He was going crazy.
Oh my God.
What was the other thing what was the other thing we would do on that bus, Rob?
Rap.
Oh
yeah.
And that would
rap battles.
That would drive Barney crazy. I listen.
Let's hear a rap. Can we do a freestyle rap?
I don't remember the rap.
It was all freestyle.
It was all freestyle. So you have to be in a moment to do that. It can't just I mean, sure. I don't know how to rap. I never got involved with that.
You were always the referee.
Yeah, I'm like the middleman.
You'd be like the topic is hats, and then would have to rap about hats.
Hat. Yep.
Yeah.
We never did one about Barney. Oh.
What did we sing to Barney though? Do you remember?
Oh God, was it the weed?
We made up a song and we sung it to him hella loud.
Was it the weed hookup? I can't remember.
It was Nobody Knows Where the Hostel Is.
That's it. Nobody knows where the hostel is.
That's right. And that
is.
And like that would drive me
crazy.
We're so lucky he didn't just crash us into a telephone pole or something.
I know he hated it. He hated us. He drove the toasters around.
Yeah,
he liked them. I mean, but like he didn't. Like it's nightmarish. I mean, can you imagine the stories Barney heard about people from Oakland, California, and St. Louis, Missouri?
Yeah,
it's just like, oh my God! Like I couldn't even imagine. Where are they from? St. Louis? Oh my God, that's Gun City. Oakland, California. Oh my God,
that was in Florence, right?
I think so. Yeah. That sounds right.
That was in Florence, Italy.
Yeah.
Where nobody knew where the hostel is.
Yeah.
And the hostel we got there and it had a hammer and sickle spray painted on the side of it. I'm like, what's going on here?
Oh my God. I was in such a daze. I don't remember anything from Italy. Italy was like a blur.
Oh, and people are so beautiful. I'm like, you got to see the gritty underbelly of Florence. Never mind all the artwork, the art, and the everything. But man,
we played a big industrial squat in Italy.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Gerry, where did you sleep that night?
Do you remember the places we slept? I
remember.
They took they took like I think like makeshift brooms and pushed all the garbage into the corners. And then oh man, that was some sketchy. That was sketchy.
I remember you woke up in the morning, you slept in this cot, and you were like, I woke up and my arm was between the mattress and the box spring. I've got scabies now.
Oh, I know, or something. No, I never caught anything, but man, it was nice of them to sweep all the stuff into the corner.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried.
And it was a big room,
huge room. It was a loading dock for semi trucks. So it was just massive. Like you could put like 3,000 people in there easy. Like I think like 250 people came, so it looked empty.
It was. Damn, it wasn't the Sistine Chapel, that's for sure.
No, sir, sure wasn't.
Yep, we got that European bohemian lifestyle going on. at that point, you know what? I was so tired at that point. I just didn't even care.
Yeah,
I think it just got to a point where I'm just tired. I'm burnt out. I want out of the van. I just want this. But I don't. I vaguely remember that show, but I do remember it.
There was another spot we stayed at where there was no electricity. We had to walk in pitch black darkness, and it was just an unfinished room where they had been sanding the floors.
You had to pee in the hole in the middle of the street. Was that one?
And there was just piles of sawdust, and we were just laying shoulder to shoulder on top of our sleeping bags in piles of sawdust. And Rob just kept going, "This is great. This is great." Just over and over again.
This is great. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I mean, what else can you do? I mean, I'm like trying to be sober, and I'm just like fucking this. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Like, I'm losing my mind. Yeah, that was rough. I remember that. That was a rough tour, but at the same time, it was fun.
It was super fun.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Barney made it the most fun.
I was gonna say that. Barney made it interesting.
Yeah, he did.
Stay away from me.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? I felt sorry for Mia too, because I couldn't even imagine like this. It's all dudes just being idiots on that damn bus.
Yeah.
All right, being idiots. I bet she looked back down and go, what the fuck why did I do that? Like,
I know, for sure.
Like, oh my God. Just like men just doing dumb things on that board.
Yep.
Like hitting each other in the head. Like, so funny. No. Yeah. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Rob remembers Gigi from Dijon, France.
Man, they weren't on that tour.
Who's Gigi?
See, what is that? That has nothing to do with Link 80, Gerry.
It's okay. We're talking about you guys.
No, it's cool.
What is Gigi?
Gigi was this girl in Dijon, France that we stayed with. And she had like this massive dollhouse for her kids that I found out. I'm like, oh boy, there we go.
What happened, Gerry?
I slept in the dollhouse.
The dollhouse is big enough for you to get inside of?
I had nothing left to live for once I found out that Gigi was already married. Nice lady.
Yeah, people were really nice in Europe. I mean, they let us stay in their place, and I mean, I'm talking like they didn't even know us. They're like, "Come stay here." I guess you just want to get that American experience of what America is like.
Yeah, but then you have MU330 stay with you. Is that really like having traditional Americans stay with you?
No, we weren't the traditional Americans. We're more like misfits or whatever. So we weren't I guess we were cool. I don't know.
Super cool.
I don't know.
Remember Rob? Remember Dudu?
Who?
It's this guy in Bordeaux. I think it was in Bordeaux. The guy's name was Dudu, and he looked like that. What was the Arnold Schwarzenegger with the space monster.
What are you talking about?
The guy looked. I'm just saying the guy looked like him. Yeah.
Where are you at?
Do you remember Doo-Doo? Rob remembers Doo-Doo. It was a band, and we played with a band called Deston Foss. They were from Poland.
Okay.
2-piece. They were really cool. They had a record player that ran on D-cell batteries. It was the coolest thing I'd seen in a long time. And they had like boxes of records in their van. Like, hell yeah.
In Defense of Ska will return in a moment.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, Christmas. And what better way to get into the holiday spirit than with a Minky Couture blanket? Whether you're gathered around the tree with loved ones, roasting marshmallows by the fire, or just looking for a cozy way to stay warm on a chilly night, Minky blankets are the perfect addition to your Christmas festivities. With a wide range of festive designs and colors, you can find the perfect blanket to match your holiday decor or gift to your loved ones. So this Christmas, make your holiday even cozier with a Minky Couture blanket. Head to minkycouture.com now and find your perfect blanket, just in time for the holiday. Happy holidays from Minky Couture.
Oh, come on now. You know you deserve it. A steak patty on any McDonald's breakfast sandwich. I mean any breakfast sandwich. Biscuit, McMuffin, bagel, McGriddles. A juicy steak patty on any breakfast sandwich. And when you order through the app, buy one and get one free. Now go get them. Valid for product of equal or lesser value. Limited time only at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day. Excludes $1, $2, $3 menu.
Gerry, do you remember the time you dropped Rob's trombone slide down the stairs in Eugene, Oregon?
Was that in Eugene?
I think so. When it was with Skankin Pickle, and I think like you were borrowing my trombone because something had happened to yours, or you're using it, and I guess Jay Vance had walked up the stairs.
Oh!
And I just watched my slide just bounce down the stairs over and over again. Do you remember that, Gerry? Do you remember that, Gerry?
Yeah, I know. Talk about upset Gerry times 10.
How bent was the slide?
I wasn't upset about it. I was like, oh my God, I was so psyched that Gerry was playing my trombone. I was psyched. I seriously, I wasn't even mad. Gerry was the one that was mad. I wasn't even mad. It's like, oh my God, Gerry Lundquist is playing my trombones. Gerry Lundquist and Skankin Pickle I'm letting him borrow my trombone.
So that gives me the right to break your trombone. Of course.
I wasn't even mad.
Oh, that guy saw. Oh, no, that guy was a pain in the butt.
Who? Who was it?
Rob was not Rob, but that other guy. Man, just, like, what are you bumping into me for? Wow, that's really coming back to me.
Which guy? Who bumped into you, Gerry?
I don't remember.
Yes, you do. You said his name earlier. Who was it? Who was the bass player in Skankin Pickle?
Why rehash that, man? That
was all right. We know who it is then. It's fine.
All right. Question for Rob.
All right.
You won a jump rope contest in 2012?
Yes, I did. I won. God, what was that about? It was from Buddy Lee.
Buddy Lee.
Let's talk about road skipping. Road skipping changed.
Robbie?
Buddy.
Buddy.
Yeah, road skipping changed everything for me. In fact, on that tour, I remember, was I jumping rope when we all did the Barney tour?
I feel like you were, yeah. I feel like you were doing it, and I feel like Ted was doing it.
Okay, yeah. So at that point, I guess like I forgot what contest it was, but I forgot what it was about. But I don't know. My idol, Buddy Lee, presented me with this award and gave me a free jump rope. I was so psyched. All that hard work, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" They presented me with a jump rope.
What did you have to do to win? Was it like speed?
I don't know what it was. I'm trying to remember. I think I just like, I wrote a kind of like wrote a story about how rope skipping changed my life. And he read it and it was like, oh my God, this is great. You won.
How did it change your life?
Ah, man, it's kind of hard to explain. So let's go back again. So I was trying to quit drinking, but I needed something to do on the road to keep me occupied. That wasn't a total cure all, but it made me pursue a goal. Right.
Yeah.
So it's just like one of those things to, fill up time, fill up that excess energy, that excess craving. And I don't know. After I got, kind of okay at it, I was like, oh my God, this is really enjoyable. And I just kept doing it. And I just kept doing it. And I kept skipping and I kept jumping and I just kept doing it. And I don't know. I got better and better at it. It was, I don't know. It was great.
Now when you jump rope, how many reps do you do?
Well, these days, I still do about 10 minutes. Now, damn. Now, 2 years ago, I did 90 minutes.
Jesus.
90 minutes straight, which is, I don't know. I switched jobs. I'm working a 40-hour a week job now. So and it's labor intensive.
Uh-huh.
So all my energy goes into lifting up heavy things.
Gotcha.
And I lift a lot of heavy things all week. But I still skip rope every day. It still gets me going.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, look at Jerry. He's going to get another beer. What's wrong
Is
with
Jerry
him?
gone?
You just went to go get another beer, dude. We're doing an interview.
He's fine. Let's talk a little bit more about jumping rope. So when I jump rope to warm up for exercise, I'll do 100 jumps.
Uh-huh.
I'll do that 2 times.
Uh-huh.
But that's not 10 minutes.
No.
10 minutes is over 1,000 jumps, right?
I think so. Close to it. I really don't keep count.
So you just do it by time.
I just do it by time. I just set the timer.
Yeah.
There we go. I just start going, start skipping.
And you don't ever, how often do you trip?
Maybe once.
Yeah. Somewhere in there.
But I get right back into it. I mean, I don't, necessarily, stop. I just keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aaron, how good are you at jumping rope?
I am horrible at jump rope. I am absolutely no coordination. Yeah. A couple of times I've tried to do it. I just, get the rope stuck on my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love skipping rope. I think it's good for the heart, good for the brain also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Ted still jumping rope?
Ted?
Yeah.
No. Ted quit that.
Oh.
So we haven't gotten into the folk band Ted and I playing. Well, I think we should talk about that. Should we talk about that now?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Talk about it.
Okay, so I play in this band called Susie Q, right? It's a kind of like an Ani DeFranco, riot girl type of, folk band, right? So I've been playing with her for a few years. Totally different style, no sky or anything like that. Why are you laughing, Gerry?
He's just shaking his head. It's okay.
I see what you're doing.
I can't hear something. I'm trying to pick up on it.
But anyway, so I've been playing with her for a couple of years, and at one time she had a full band, right? We had trombone and trumpet, and then everybody started, leaving or whatever. So we were having bad luck finding drummers. So I was like, okay, well then let me ask Ted if he wants to play drums, and he accepted it. And Ted is playing folk music, and it's fucking hilarious.
Amazing.
It's hilarious. Because it's total muscle confusion.
Yeah. Explain why it's muscle confusion. I think I understand why, but
because he's not used to playing quietly.
Yeah.
So he has to reconfigure everything, Like he said, he was having the hardest time, but he started to get used to it, and he loves it now.
Yeah,
It's a totally different style of playing. So yeah, I mean, MU330. Most of us are still doing some music in St. Louis, and I think it's cool. Gerry plays in the band. Jeffrey and the Sunken Heads.
Tell us about Jeffrey and the Sunken Heads, Gerry.
Jeffy
and
the Sunken Heads.
What's up with them?
You like Jeffy and the Sunken Heads?
Yeah, why don't you talk about them? What are they about?
Oh, Jeffy and the Sunken Heads.
What's wrong?
I don't know, man. Jeffy and the Sunken Heads, like they cured my nightmares.
Yeah,
because they've done more in introducing, I don't know, sunk rock, pop sunk to the world. Pop sunk rock to the masses and its activities.
What do you play in this band?
I'm playing trombone, and that's the different thing. But same with Rob now, because Rob's alone. Yeah, Rob's alone in the band on the horn, and I'm alone because I can't blame Rob for my screw ups anymore.
Gerry plays more than me.
Yeah, but we think. I mean, Jeffy and the Sunken Heads. We think that we got the song subjects and people young and old that can relate to.
What does that mean?
Oh man, I mean, it's like there was like four that with the Sunken Heads, with Jeffy and the Sunken Heads, it's I don't know. I kind of narrowed it down to four things.
What is it?
Outer space is one. Actually, 6 things. Outer space, because satellites and Mars. Inner space is like video games, Atari, pinball, whatever. Inner self, like your heart and the stuff, and inner self, your heart, what you take into your lungs and stuff, and outer self. Donkeys. I'm sorry,
Aaron.
Yes.
So Gerry puts on a burlesque act every time he plays.
What?
Can you guess what that is? A burlesque act. Burlesque acting.
Like dancing and taking off his clothes?
Well, talk to Gerry about that.
Gerry, tell us about your burlesque.
Well, I figured that there's going to be some time in this world that Jeffy and the Sunken Heads are going to overtake your fans of Taylor Swift and Carrie Underpants and stuff. It's like it's got to be. I mean, well, it'll surely become a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Get sunk. That's all I can say. I mean,
what about at the end of the show, Gerry? What happens?
It's not the end of the show, Rob.
What happens at the end? What does everybody see?
What, after 45 minutes of goodness?
I mean,
well, that's another thing that we talked about. We have to. I mean, that's part of the carpet underneath your feet that you're walking on now. And banking, it's a world. It's a wild world of professional wrestling. Of course.
Gerry tears that shirt right off.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. It felt good.
I know, bringing it all back.
Very good.
I've seen Gerry tear off a lot of shirts.
Yep. But maybe you ever try wearing pasties, Gerry?
I like the idea, but yeah.
So if we're tearing the shirt off, are we gonna bring back the chainsaw?
Ooh.
Wow, I was looking at it the other day.
Yeah.
I got it fixed. It's got no. I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
we're doing cosplay though, and nothing pleases me more than when people come to our shows now, dress up like their favorite sunken head. It's amazing. I'm talking space helmets, donkey heads, cosplay. You know cosplay, right? Do you do cosplay?
I don't do cosplay, but I know what it is.
I've got the science officer, the Spock shirt and everything from the old Vulcaneers.
Yeah, Vulcaneers. Tell us about the Vulcaneers real quick. I saw you guys play at Streetlight Records.
Did you see that?
Tell people what the name of the Vulcaneers album was.
It was Beat Me Off Scotty.
Beat Me Off Scotty.
And what was funny is back then, the big joke was beam me up, Scotty, because the coke on this planet sucks. So we couldn't use that. That was weak.
Did you guys used to call yourself shit rock at its worst?
Man, I don't know. Listen to Mr. California. Listen to that 7-inch. Do you have that 7-inch?
Not anymore.
I thought everybody's like, "Oh, that's the Mummies." I'm like, "No, that's the Vulcaneers, brother."
Now, did the Vulcaneers practice in your living room in Castro Valley?
Yes.
Who all was in the Vulcaneers?
Yeah, who all was in the Vulcaneers?
It was Dan Drozdy on rip and lead guitar. He played a Fender, and then I loaned him my L6S Gibson, and he was like, "What?" It sounded great. And then Lars, of course. Lars just playing the mean keyboards. And then Shannon Smith. You know, remember Shannon Smith?
Yeah, tell people who his dad is.
Kurtwood's dad, yeah. Kurtwood Smith's dad.
Kurtwood Smith from RoboCop.
Yeah.
And that 70s show and all that. Yep. That was
that
Shannon,
70s show. Yep.
His son and that guy from good guy from Salt Lake, moved to the Bay Area. Eric Jensen.
Now there was something special about Lars's keyboard. Do you remember?
It was so good. Oh man, I've never seen anybody try so hard and do so good. And then he nailed Question Mark and the Mysterians, 96 Tears.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that song?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We never played it, but just to hear him play it on the keyboard was like amazing. I'm like, holy shit. And we had a Portabee. I think was it a Portabee? Well, we had Farfisas. Lars rocked those. Man.
What did he have on the keys of that Farfisa though? Do you remember? He'd written out all the notes. Well, all the notes were on the keys.
That was on the Hammond. On the
Hammond. Okay, I helped you guys after that Streetlight show. I helped you guys load it into the back of a truck.
It's so good. That was pretty funny, man.
Okay, question for Rob.
Yes.
Okay, a couple years ago, were you just hanging out with Laura Jane Grace?
Yes.
What?
She lives in St. Louis now.
Still?
Yes.
So how did you meet? How'd you meet her?
It was pretty strange because I don't know. I hang out at this local bar called Yaki's, which is right down the street from me, and I guess bartender, her name Skylar, was like, "Hey, did you know Laura Jane Grace lives in St. Louis?" I was like, "What?" Like, yeah, she's right there. And Laura Jane Grace found out that that I was in MU330, and she got excited, and I don't know, it's crazy. But she lives in St. Louis now.
Yeah, she tweeted about hanging out with you and was so excited.
Yeah.
So honored to be hanging out with ska royalty.
Yeah, it's an honor to be hanging out with Laura Jane Grace. I mean, just I did a couple of recordings with her, and I think it's awesome. That talent is here in St. Louis, and kind of nobody knows about it.
Yeah,
it's got really special. It's like, what? Really? That's crazy.
be right back after this.
With Starbucks Holiday Blend for Nespresso Virtuo, now exclusively at Target, there are even more ways to share the joy. Savor every smooth and festive sip all holiday season with friends and family at home to fill every indulgent day with cheer.
To those who visit Mickey D's for their favorite breakfast item and then go somewhere else for coffee, give this Mickey D's brew a second chance. The glow up was real.
Try any size iced coffee brewed with 100% Arabica beans for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. And pair it with a savory sausage McMuffin with egg for $2.79. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Tell us how you ended up in Skankin Pickle. Because the band was like already going, and there was the 5 members were already a band, and then you joined.
Oh, with Skankin Pickle?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Can I read one of your paragraphs real quick?
Yes, please read one of my paragraphs.
And it kind of sums up Skankin Pickle for me, brother.
All right, let's hear it. This is from the best-selling book In Defense of Ska.
I danced hard. Everyone around me danced just as hard. Punks with red mohawks, guys in loose-fitting suits, girls in polka dot dresses, long-haired hippies with tie-dyed peace symbols, nerds with tucked-in Atari sweaters, goths with painted black lipstick, metalheads draped in oversized Danzig shirts, and plain old-fashioned freed dorks like me. We were all dissimilar, yet we were all moving together as one giant heaving heart. That's one of my favorite paragraphs in Defense of Ska. I mean, I don't
Thank
know.
you.
But it doesn't sum up. Yeah, but it doesn't sum it up. But I like that.
In that same chapter where I went through each member, and when I talked about you, I talked about you doing devil sticks on stage.
Let me see.
I remember that.
Yeah.
What's devil sticks?
But do you remember that? So when did you get into? Well, yeah, I know them as devil sticks, but you call them hippie sticks. When did you get into?
The rhythm sticks.
Rhythm sticks.
Rhythm sticks. Yeah.
No, they call devil sticks, Jerry.
Rhythm sticks.
They're called devil sticks.
I went to the Garlic Festival in Gilroy.
Okay.
And they had the dipped rhythm sticks. I'm like, I'll try it. It was fun.
What do you remember about the Garlic Festival, Jerry?
Garlic ice cream.
Yeah. What do you think of garlic ice cream?
Yeah, thank goodness they only give you little bitty ice cream. garlic ice cream. Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But then we went up to Morgan Hill one time. Do you remember Morgan Hill?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever saw Skankin Pickle was at the Playhouse in Morgan Hill.
Waterfalls.
You guys opened with I Miss the Bus.
Yeah.
Didn't we stay your folks' pad or something?
You were going to, and then so you guys played at the bomb shelter in Oakland. I came up with Carnes, and then Carnes rode back with you. I rode back with another band.
Oh yeah.
And then that band's van broke down, in Hayward, and I got stuck in Hayward. My brother had to come up and get me at 4 in the morning. And then I think you guys went back and slept it. Did they sleep at your house, Carnes?
I do have a memory of them staying at my house. Yeah, actually, I do remember.
Because I remember it had like a little waterfall in the backyard.
Yeah. It was like a pool area. Yeah. That must have been so weird for my parents.
I remember that. Yeah. I can remember that. I can't remember what happened yesterday. Amazing.
So, but do you remember joining Skankin Pickle? You went and just saw them play live, and then the next thing you know, you're in the band.
No, I saw them at the Full Moon Saloon in San Francisco, opening for the Toasters.
Okay.
This was like and then they opened. Then Skankin Pickle opened for No Doubt at the Ashkenaz in Berkeley, and that's when I met. I say, hey, that's Mike Park. That's the guy from Skankin Pickle. I said, hey man, you need a trombone player. He's like, he gave me his address over the same address he has now, and went over there and practiced. And they said, all right, had a valve trombone and a slide trombone.
So were you just in the band at that point?
Yeah, I think after the first practice, I didn't know at the time. I mean, this is too much fun. This is too much fun. Well, like I always said, Mike, reinvent some music. I mean, reinvent a genre of music, and to be in on that was really cool. To be in on that and help. I had nothing to do with anything else. But
what was it like to join? So after doing Skankin Pickle, and Skankin Pickle got pretty big, what was it like then to join MU330?
Amazing. Yeah, that's another lifesaver, life changer. No, and because actually, Chris from that Florida band,
Less Than Jake.
Yeah. They called and wanted me to try out before I moved to St. Louis, and I'm glad I joined MU330, man.
Yeah, you fit MU330 way more than Less Than Jake.
Well, I know there would have been bucks involved. There would have been probably tons of bucks, but it would have driven me crazy. I don't know. I think Chris understands that. But
when you moved to St. Louis, did you stayed at Dan Potthouse's parents' house for a while, right?
That was awesome.
Yeah, what was that like?
So relaxing after that ordeal. Just sitting in the basement with Dan's dad, old Tom. I call him because, and smoking unfiltered Camels, and that was a top.
Oh, Rob, we're getting feedback.
Oh, sorry, I was getting close.
No.
Sorry about that.
Come here, Rob.
What are you talking about?
Dan's parents welcomed me back. Welcomed me back to the Midwest so hard. It was so amazing. Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're in high school and you meet some people and they say, we're going to Atlanta, and you just decide to move with them.
Yes.
Okay. What's going on with that?
That was what I call. That's when that was a big change in my life right there. So I went down there, right? And I just got into a shitload of trouble. The best trouble I've ever got into. I'm talking like train hopping and stuff like that. I did. It was like a year. I went down there for a year, and it's like
you were there for a year.
Yeah, it was great. I don't regret any of that because I learned some really good life lessons down there real quick. I learned how to beer farm. I learned how to squat. I learned how to, what else did we used to do? Beer farming was the best, though.
What's beer farming?
Oh, my God. So beer farming. So this is what you do. You get like 5 or 6 people, right, together. You go into like a 7-Eleven. And the guys, everybody would go straight back to the beer section, right? And we just grab all the beer and just run out. Just run.
Now you hung out with some skinheads?
Oh yeah, it's still so good. I hung out with a lot of punks too.
Yeah,
it was just like this squat was like called the Warehouse. So if you ever go down to Atlanta, it's on Marietta Street, right? There used to be a big punk club. My first punk show I ever went to was the Cramps. Very first live punk show. And it was on their Stay Sick tour. We like squatted right across the street from the punk club. And I saw some amazing bands come through. Met GBH, met Lemmy and Woody O. Williams from Motorhead, Jello Biafra. Like, I mean, it was amazing. Agnostic Front. Like, all these kick-ass bands came through that were just like, wow, meeting them. But
how did you get your first trombone?
We want to talk about that history? Okay. So
yes.
After I came back to St. Louis, okay, I wanted to get into music, right? I played violin for a number of years, for, like 10 years or so. And I wanted to get back into music, right? So I was living in Sky already, and I really liked the sound of the certain horn, but I could really tell what it was. I'm pretty sure that it was either a saxophone or a trombone, but I really do like that certain sound. So I went to the music store and decided, I saw these two horns, right? It was an alto sax and trombone. And I had like $200 in my pocket. And the store owner, his name is Harold. I've been going to this music store ever since I was a kid, so Harold knew who I was. He's all like, we got a, trombone and sax. Which one do you want to play? I was like, the saxophone is about $400, but the trombone's about $200. I think I'll just play trombone because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I picked that up, started taking all the skills I learned from violin, started applying that to trombone. Okay. And then I eventually got a couple of brass teachers. And eventually, after about a year or so, I kept at it. But I really wanted to play in a band. So Skankin had come through, right? And I remember I was working at this place called Cicero's. It's a pizza place. And I remember the booker there said, "Hey, Rob, you got to check out this band called Skankin." That's like, okay, cool. So I get all dressed up in the suit, and Mike will tell you about this. So they came through. I showed up in the suit, introduced myself, and I guess I met Gerry first, because Gerry was a trombone player, so I was talking to him. And then eventually I met Mike, then Mike Manley, then Lynette and everybody. And I was like, oh my God, the band just blew me away. I just remember Gerry just going freaking crazy on the stage.
You gave me that concert slide whistle that night. I still carry it in my horn case, man.
Yep. So so I saw Skankin, met everybody, right? During that year, I was still learning trombone, but wanted to play in a band, right? So this band, there were two bands in St. Louis that were kind of ska related. It was the Urge and it was MU330, right?
Yeah.
MU330 was playing at this place called Red Sea, right? So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to just go over there and introduce myself, So I went over there, introduced myself to Dan, and I was like, hey, guys, y'all need a trombone player? And I guess, they were like, yeah, sure. So I hopped in MU330. Dan taught me a lot about playing, getting me around with the different chords and different, scales and all that. Dan really got me around on the horn, and, it was really cool. So I just started learning and started, learning the songs, learning all the funk songs, because funk and ska was big back then,
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Funkalicious.
Yeah.
Funk and ska mixed together. It's delicious. So, played my first show at Bastilles. Then after that, Skankin Pickle was coming through again, right? So I told Dan about it. It's like, Dan, you got to check out this band called Skankin Pickle. Dan came to the show and he was blown away. I guess that's when Dan and Mike got to know each other. And then I guess after that, MU330 decided to do like a few shows around the Midwest, like Cleveland and Cincinnati. I just remember Book Your Own Fucking Life, Maximum Rock and Roll, putting out demo tapes and sending all that around. Eventually, I guess we played Day on the Hill, I think. No, wait. I picked it back. We played the Outhouse, right? Outhouse.
Yeah, with Blue Meanies. Yeah.
With the Selecter.
No. We haven't gotten to that part yet.
Oh, okay.
We played the Outhouse.
With the Selecter.
No. We haven't got. Slow down. Wait. So we played the Outhouse. Had a very good reception there. It was this guy, Jeff Fortier, that saw us and decided to put us on this bigger show called Day on the Hill, right? We played that show with Reverend Heat and Gin Blossoms. Then after that, a booking agent got a hold of us, Steve Ozark, and wanted to, do the bookings for us, right? So we accepted it, and we started like doing shows with Steve, right? Steve Ozark. So then after that, I guess Jeff Fortier put a show together. It was us, Blue Meanies, and Skankin Pickle, and that was the apex of like this relationship, right? Because we all met each other for the first time. I mean, we MU330 was playing with Skankin Pickle. Blue Meanies was playing with, we all met each other at the show at the Outhouse. And that's when it all started.
Can you describe the Outhouse for people who've never been there?
It's in a cornfield.
About 10 miles outside of Lawrence, Kansas.
Yeah, it's in a cornfield. It's a huge, big brick building, I guess. And it was just basically like a big, giant brick garage with a stage.
Stage was a foot high.
Yep. And
cool fun.
I don't know. It's in the middle of the cornfield. Very hard to find. I don't think it's there anymore. I think it's a different club. So
years ago, yeah.
So I just kind of gave you the gist of this whole relationship, and as best as possible.
My favorite time was with Rob. Rob at the bottleneck. Remember the Rob and Johnny Sacco at the bottleneck.
Yes, the bottleneck is a place in Lawrence, Kansas that is pretty like a medium-sized show.
We used to pack that place, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like Berkeley Square, that type of vibe or whatever. But it was a bar. But
no, I don't know. Bottleneck was the bottleneck. The stage was high. It was a higher stage. I remember you and.
I'm just trying to give a comparison.
I'd say Berkeley Square is a good estimation of the same size venue. Yeah, like kind of like that size, venue, and I don't know. It's a great place. It's
awesome.
Yeah, I hope it's still going. I don't know what's going on with that club.
I think it is. I think it expanded. They have an outdoor stage now too.
Rob and Josh stage dived off of the stage at the bottleneck. Rob had a Nelly Band-Aid on his head for a couple weeks.
You bang your head, Rob?
Yes.
I've never seen so many naked men. Oh, what a blast.
In Defense of Ska will return in a moment.
Okay, so Gerry, Skankin Pickle opened for 311 back in the mid 90s in Minneapolis. Do you remember this?
Did you heard about that?
Oh yes, I know all about it.
It's in defense of ska.
Yeah. So what do you remember about what happened before the show, the day before the show?
The date before the show that we got refused.
Yeah. So why were you?
It was in Chicago. We were supposed to play in Minneapolis.
Yeah. So what happened? It was something to do with you and Kevin Dill, I believe.
And what was our roadie?
And Chavez too.
Yeah, Paul Chavez. Yeah.
What happened? What happened, Gerry?
Kevin Dill and I and Paul went to this bar down the street from the Days Inn in downtown Chicago and drank 5 pitchers of Killian's Red.
Oh God, Killian's Red? That beer? I forgot all about that.
Yeah, George Killian's Red. And I mean, that is the funkiest beer ever. And
I forgot all about Killian's Red beer.
It'll catch you a bad buzz, though. Oh, so we get back to the hotel, and this is the Days Inn in downtown Chicago. This is a pretty hoity-toity hotel. But the thing is Kevin Dill and Paul and I get in the elevator, and there's a guy with all these laminates and stuff hanging around his neck and lanyards, and he's like, and Kevin Dill's like, "Oh, what are you? Why are you so fancy with the lanyards?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm the tour manager for 311." and Paul and Kevin and I went freaking. It was hilarious. Started licking. I mean, the walls of the elevator were mirrors. So we started licking the mirrors, and this guy is standing there in utter terror. and then the big tour buses pull up out front. You know the whole story, man. It's like, man.
Yeah, but it's good to hear you tell it, Gerry.
No, you tell us a story. I want you to tell the story.
And you know the whole we yell in Omaha, don't shuck the substance or whatever. It's like, dang. But they got mad and they threw us off the gig, and we had no idea we were playing with them, and no doubt the next day in Minneapolis. But they took it well, actually. I mean, we yelled at it. We told them like you guys got to give it right back to us. And they're like, oh, we're peace and love and hippies, and we don't want to give any. I'm like, come on, man. But yeah, they lined us up outside of the First Avenue or Prince's Place in Minneapolis,
and they what?
And they picked us out like a police lineup. They said, "Okay,
you know what?
You can stay, and you can't." And the one person they said, "Oh, you definitely can't stay after the gig." It was one person who had nothing to do with all the shenanigans.
Who is the person?
It was Ian. Yours and my favorite. I miss Ian and Tracy so much, man. I love them so much, and I haven't talked to them in decades.
I got a question for you. Like that being like lined up against a wall like that, do you think that would fly like right now?
It was weird because it was to determine who could. They said, "Oh, you can play," but it was to determine who could stay in the club after the gig. So I really didn't care. I was like, man, I was just yelling non sequiturs at them.
I don't know.
They let me stay. They let Lars stay. And yeah.
I think that would be pretty weird if that happened now. I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, like, I really do think about it. It's like, why would you want to like line someone up against the wall like that? You know, like they're like a bunch of kids.
Oh, and it was weird because the tour bus was like, oh God, Gwen had already taken me on her tour bus to show me where her and Tony sleep. I'm like, damn. And it was between the tour buses, the sidewalk, and there's the wall that they had to stand up like a police lineup.
That's so fucked up.
I know, it was bad, man. I was laughing my ass off, but I don't know.
I don't know. I look at the way like bands like that is treated other bands. It's like you guys are so pretentious and like you think that you got some power over a band because they're not as big. I hated all that. I hated all that stuff, man. Like the whole like like Skankin's racism tour with like that our road manager that we had to like get rid of because he's being such a dick. I just hated all that stuff, man. Like,
which manager is this that you had to get rid of?
God, what was his name?
That Pittsburgh, remember Rob? That Pittsburgh Skankin racism show.
Because on the Skankin's Skankin's racism tour, Mike had hired a road manager, right? He was straight out of road manager school or business school, wherever the hell he came from. And like, he came on the bus. We've already been touring all these years, and he came on the bus and they treat us like freaking kids, right? And of course, I saw his ego and arrogance. I just wanted to fucking like talk to him. So like, I remember Mike was paying him like $300 a week or something ridiculous like that, and like it was him, and it was a roadie, and I think there was something else. I forgot who it was, but I think it was a bus driver. But the bus driver was cool. But like, I remember he used to go snitch on us about slipping in T-shirts.
That guy sucks.
Like to the club owners, and I just remember him just like not giving a fuck about us, and Mike was constantly paying $300 a week. I was like, what is up with this dude? Why is he like snitching on us about us slipping in T-shirts? We're paying him all this money. He needs to get the money and shut the fuck up. So like, I guess Micah had enough and like kicked him off the bus. I forgot where it was. It may have been a rest stop or whatever, but Mike had it. I forget his name. Narcy. His name was Narcy.
That guy sucked.
Yeah.
He narc on us, man. It's like, those guys are bringing in T-shirts and you don't know about. I'm like, what? You're supposed to be on our side, you idiot.
Oh, when you guys are trying to beat the like merch cut.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, what a fucking asshole.
That guy sucked.
Yep. He was
horrible.
a dick.
I saw him get his lip. I saw him get a fat lip and a black eye at Pittsburgh, so I guess that helps a little. But no, that guy should never have.
No, that was a roadie. That happened to the roadie. The roadie got in a fight. He's a dick too.
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I remember the roadie got into a fight because Narcy and him, they were working together, but the roadie had gotten in a fight with one of the crew at that club, and they, it was just a mess.
God about that. That was a horrible thing for a person to do, for a band that's touring their asses off.
Yeah, well, I mean, lesson learned. I mean,
yeah.
We were on a bus too. That was
yeah,
that guy. Oh.
Independent record labels ruled, and YouTube pretty much destroyed all that shit. So
I told him. I think I told him, I'm like, man, you don't shit where you live. It's like this guy. But like you said, he was gone.
Rob.
Yes.
Who's Pepe?
Pepe. Oh.
Where's my Pepe? Best trumpet player ever.
I can't call him Pepe no more, man. His arms are too big now. That dude fucking beat me to death. The attitude and ego and testosterone.
What?
Fucking, it's all tanned up.
He don't have no tan. He's just all tatted up.
He's just all tatted up. Does he have any face tattoos?
Pepe doesn't have any face tattoos. Come on. Why'd you start calling him Pepe?
Who's Pepe?
What's it? Pepe. The little dog, little Chihuahua. Pepe. What was it? Aaron, right? It was Aaron.
Yeah. Aaron Nagel. Why'd you guys start calling him Pepe?
I think it's because he looked like a Chihuahua. I'm serious. Oh, Pepe. I don't know.
He rocks, man.
Don't tell him that, man. I don't want him coming out here looking for me.
Oh no, it's a term.
He's not write it out.
It's a term of it. He knows it's a term of endearment.
Just fucking like, I bet he could play like a lot of high notes. Just screaming, this fucking veins popping, just angry, fucking just fainting.
I would love to like pick up and crush Pepe right now.
He can't do it, man. He can't do it.
No, I'd want to.
He does jujitsu and all that stuff.
Love Pepe.
I love Pepe too.
Yeah, I know. He does all that jujitsu.
Krav Maga. That was his shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man. I mean, he could really hurt somebody right now. I don't want him hurting me. Is he mean?
No, Pepe's so nice. Aaron Nagel's so nice, is what I should say. I should probably stop calling him Pepe.
It's like, no, it's Pepe. Yeah, Pepe.
Because he'll beat you up.
I know. And pow. Hey.
Do you guys remember when Pepe played trumpet in MU330 for a whole tour? Remember that?
Pepe played good trumpet.
Wait a second. Was I on that tour?
No. That's why Pepe played. That was First Plea for Peace.
Yep.
Do you guys remember what you made him wear?
I wasn't on that tour.
I mean, you would know, Rob. You weren't there. Gerry, do you remember what Pepe had to wear for that tour?
Oh, I'm trying to think. Was it the tennis shorts or?
Yeah, tennis shorts, white t-shirt, striped socks pulled up to the knees, a sweat headband.
Oh no!
This was in an era where everybody in Link 80 was wearing all black, pitch black jeans, pitch black t-shirt. All of us were rolling like that. Nagel had to switch into this special outfit for MU330.
No.
He was a good sport about it.
He was a good sport about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the tucked up tennis shorts.
Yep. But speaking of, I want to know what's up with Stoney.
Oh, where is Stoney?
Yeah.
Everybody else is their black t-shirts.
So what's going on with Stoney and those?
Nobody talks to Stoney anymore.
Man, I just wanted to pop one of them things, man.
What things, Rob? What did you want to pop?
The thing on his face. What was it? What was it, man? Like,
they're boils, I think. I think they were boils.
Oh my God. Mike wanted to pop one of those things too, man. Oh my God. He sung for Link 80 too.
For too long, like a year.
It was hard.
Sung in quotations. I don't know if he was really singing.
Man, like fucking like that's when like Link 80 took that dark deep turn. Fucking we're getting fucking street now.
Yeah.
Getting street dog. Street dog, dude. Thugging out. Streets. Man, Oakland. I was like, God damn, man. Fucking Stoney would come out, yo, dogs.
Oh no. Hey Adam, do you remember the Link 80 show in Madison?
Which one? We played there a couple of times. Which one?
It was an outdoor show by the lake.
Oh, I wasn't there for that one. That was the last one that Nick played. That was Nick's second to last show.
Yeah, Nick Trainers. And his girlfriend was there. And
yep.
Wow, that's right.
They played that show, and then the next night they played the rave. Do you guys play that one in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
And then that night, the band broke up basically.
Wow, no way.
He went home. They made Adam Pereira take the bus home. Joey went with him. Everybody else took the van home.
That was that. Oh my God, That's horrible.
Rough. There's a video of both of those shows, I think.
I remember sitting right by the lake on the patio on the campus there.
Yeah.
And talking to Nick and his girlfriend. Wow.
You remember what you talked about?
Probably band stuff.
Oh, you weren't talking about nothing like this. No, but I always tell people like some of the best times with Link 80 was the Firecracker War. And like I'd never forget when all those fireworks fell off that 18-wheeler and everybody just grabbed them all. Was that that?
Yeah, that was that time. Yeah.
Yeah, when we grabbed all. Were you in a band then?
No, I was practicing with him and I was hanging with him, but I wasn't in the band yet.
Oh my God, dude! Like that was. I just remember we're playing this club in St. Petersburg, Florida, with Link 80, and like we were playing, they're just lighting off fireworks inside this historic building, like this old theater, and like I just remember Joey they're not giving a fuck. They're just lighting it off. And then like it just kept getting like building up, getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And like next, like I think something caught on. No, nothing caught on fire, but it was at the point. Oh, it was like up to that point, like lighting off fireworks in the club. It was fucking nuts. In this old historic theater, like easily could have burned down. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. Yeah, like, the firecracker wars and the van. I thought that was amazing. Shooting bottle rockets at each other down the road. It's great. It's great. I tell people about that all the time. They're like, man, you couldn't do that shit right now.
No, definitely not.
Like the freedom of just doing that shit, it's crazy.
Do you remember walking around the red light district with Link 80?
I don't. I kind of do, but like that was another time when I don't know. The red light district. I remember walking around. I thought that was fun, but I don't know what exactly happened.
All we were doing, we were just walking around. There's all these ladies standing in their windows, and they all look great. And you just kept going, do you think they take American money? We're like, I don't know, Rob, why don't you go ask? No, I can't ask.
I should have done it. I should have done that, man. It's like I'm looking back on it, it's like, man, I should have done all that shit. I should have done all that shit. I should have done it. I should have done all that shit.
Should have done it all.
Should have done it all, man. Just you did that young, should have done it all. But yeah, too late now.
Too late.
Do you remember the outfit you used to rock on tour? Just like leather pants, leather jacket.
Yep. I tell people about that all the time, man. It's like, man, I had a pair of leather pants. I touring this. I got to a point where I just got my basic needs and clothes didn't even matter. I'm like, I'm gonna just wear these leather pants. You don't have to wash them. Just fucking just sweating. This inside the pants is sweat. This plane is sweat just rolling down into my pants, and just staying in them too.
Yeah, just not changing at all. Never taking them off.
Not changing at all. Not going to Europe. Just.
Thank you for listening to In Defense of Ska. To support the show and hear more, please sign up for our Patreon. Intro and outro music by Slow Gherkin from the EP Lives. Download it on Bandcamp. Please rate and review the podcast and tell a friend. Follow at In Defense of Ska on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. The book In Defense of Ska by Aaron Carnes is available from Clash Books. Order it online. Chris Reeves of Ska Punk International is our editor. This is your co-host, Adam Davis of Omnigon, leaving you by saying ska now more than ever. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was something I've been wanting to do for a long time on this show. I mean, honestly, I would have liked to have had all 5 members of MU330 at once. But I mean, it would end up being kind of the same because Chris and Ted probably wouldn't end up saying a lot. And we've had Dan on before, so I'm good with this.
We're going to do the all member episode one of these days, though.
Yeah? Is that going to happen one of these days?
One of these days.
Once we got a less chaotic way to do it. And then, hey, if you didn't get enough of this conversation right now, head over to the Patreon. We've got more conversation with Gerry and Rob.
You know what? A very special guest joins us for the behind the curtain portion of our conversation with Gerry and Rob.
Oh.
It's a guest that's been on this podcast twice already.
Oh.
Yeah. And they own a record label in their mom's garage.
We're not going to tell you who, though.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to sign up for the Patreon to find out who Mike Park is joining us.
Next week. I'm just shocked at the guest we have next week.
Who is it?
Might be the biggest guest we've ever had.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I can't even say their name.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next week then.
To those who visit Mickey D's for their favorite breakfast item and then go somewhere else for coffee, give this Mickey D's brew a second chance. The glow up was real.
Try any size iced coffee brewed with 100% Arabica beans for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. And pair it with a savory sausage McMuffin with egg for $2.79. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.